Okay, here I am. It's about 7:30, there's the motor, and I'm out on this rocky kind of beach area on the Muskingum. And there's like a lock over there. There's my gear. It's about 8 foot of water, about 13 to 13 meters out or so. There's the 6th Street Bridge up there behind those trees. And I guess this is usually underwater, you know, when there's a bit more flow on. So that's behind me. And back to the car. Yeah, I've forgotten my ground bait and bucket. So I'll have to improvise something with it. Do some, like a bag of breadcrumb and a bag of horse pellets. I've got my regular bait like corn and whatnot, so, and I've got a bait dropper, so we will see. A bit of corn and hemp mix, a big tin of corn, maggots. There's some sand up there, just there, so I might try sticking some of that in the mix to take it down, you know, otherwise it's going to flow away. A bit gutted about the ground bait. I called Tiki and suggested she and her daughter might fancy a road trip, but that's 2 hours of just ground bait delivery systems, which got shut down pretty quickly, and it is too much to ask, you know. Little backwater there. So yeah, give it a spin. It's completely new. I've not fished here before. It's called Putnam Landing Park, and yeah, like a don't know what the name of that lot. It's like a canalized section of the river behind those behind those trees, which stretches about, I don't know, a quarter of a mile or something. And then ends just over there. I always seem to be on the wrong side of the flow. There's always a bend taking the flow round the other side, but we'll see. It's not really hampered me too badly so far. Alright, I will catch up with you in a bit. Check this out. My head's gone. That is my platform, and what a clown. I put the legs on the wrong way around. It looks like a Kippenberger sculpture. I quite like the look of it. But yeah, not functional really in this situation. What a muppet. Signing off. Okay, I've just lathered myself up. And yeah, I'm about to proceed doing a bit of angling in this beautiful place. You see there's the bridge. There's the bridge. It's about 9 o'clock, and there's the other side of the river. There's me set up over my shoulder, and what I've had to do is, because I forgot my ground bait and buckets, I've mixed my ground bait up in my net bag. I don't know if you can see that in there. Yeah. So there we are. And yeah, I've got a tray out with the balls of bait on for the slider line where I can see the flow. It's probably about 20 meters out. Face grinning like, sorry, face shining like a cue ball that's been coated in Vaseline. All right. Okay. Well, I will catch up with you in a jiffy. Let's throw some bait in, plumb the depth. I actually already had a plumb about with a waggler rod, and there's, I think I mentioned it, about 8 foot, 10 to 12 foot at range, and then closer in you've got about 8 foot. So yeah, we'll see how it goes. See you later. This reminds me of Shoalden estuary between the bridge, Shoalden Bridge, and you know, the Ness, where the River Tean flows out. Actually, it's because I guess all this area, it's almost like the equivalent of when the Tean is at low tide at Shoalden Bridge. And you know, you'd go out cockling. I did with my dad a few times over the years. Back-breaking work, but rewarding. And yeah, an actual winkle picker speaking here now, not just somebody that is in the guise of a very pointed heeled shoe. But yeah, there's my setup, and there's the motor. It's now 10 o'clock. I'm just about ready to start. I am ready to start fishing. It's hilarious. Yeah, you know, just taking my time. There's no flow on the pole line, so it's pointless using a flat float, really. In fact, the surface is moving to my left slightly, whereas the flow of the river is going to my right. Yeah, but yeah, fed, so I'm just about to start, probably on the slider, and yeah, I'll let you know how it goes. I'll just stop there. Okay, so first fish I've hooked with any decent stamp on the slider line, but I caught a turtle, or actually brought it to the surface, and the turtle ejected the bait, the hook, and it just sent everything spinning up into an absolutely horrendous tangle that I spent far too long trying to unpick. And so I've gone out on the straight, the fixed waggler, and I'm using a 13-foot superior, which isn't quite long enough. I mean, that 14-foot connoisseur really... Oh. Lost it. Oh, yeah, it's a carp. Slightly bigger, one of those long lean jobs. Not David Lean. I don't know, this carp may have directed some epic cinema in its time. Yeah, it's smaller than I thought, but it was putting up a right old bloody battle royale. What you get if you cross conflict with Roy and Alan? Battle royale. I don't know what this thing has had for breakfast. Probably the Hope Diamond drizzled with amphetamine and what do you call it? Jello. It's not foul hooked or anything. It's just giving me the right bloody run around, isn't it? Said the Canada geese. Idiot. I just plunged the rim of the net into the fish's jaw. Making it angry and belligerent. Best fish of the day. Yeah. Lovely fish. There you go, boy. Lovely looking specimen. Oh. Yeah. Just a small Buckeye Lake-sized catfish. Back on. It's funny, smaller fish will readily take, 5 or 6 maggots, but not so much the corn. Another hand-sized ball of ground bait out there. Ooh, that's another fish. Clutch Symphony. This was that original line I thought I'd be more likely to catch on due to its proximity to the main flow. And about, 15-20 minutes ago, I put, I think it was 3 or 4 balls on that pole line again. Yeah, I could do with a rod that's like a foot longer, it's sitting there on the roost doing nothing. Having had the tangle. Yeah. It's decent. This is the 6th decent fish I've had on. I've had a couple of catfish. Ooh, you can see bubbles. Must be a West Ham fan scuba diving on the slider line. So I remember seeing this terrifying bloke in Teignmouth in Devon, England, who Simon, a guy I used to work with, a chef, Simon Weeks, who occasionally would go for a curry, and we went to Teignmouth, and we went into a pub for an aperitif. There was no one in the pub apart from this one guy in a West Ham shirt who was like absolutely freaking out, dancing to techno music. He must have put it on the jukebox or something. and with his eyes were just like saucers, and yeah, it was difficult not to look at him. And of course, he was just glaring at us the whole time he was dancing. And yeah, God knows what was going on. He probably had a pint of Courage Best and decided to ooch ya. This might be one of those, it is. It's one of those buffalo thingamajigs. Yeah, so we drank up. I was just so self-conscious sitting in this pub with this guy dancing like an absolute madman. He looked about 50 years old, like my age now probably. Nice. And yeah, just absolute mentalist. Like, in fact, he had eyes very similar to this here fish. Yeah, I don't know what they're called, like a drumhead or a goose face or... There you go. Loads of slime. Yeah, really pale. Yeah, interesting. Just can't see where the hook is because of the shape of the mouth. Okay, there it is. Very different. Very slippery. There you go. Wow. Look at him. What a fish. See that nose. Completely different. Nice. Cross between a bream and a carp. There's so much so much lube knocking about off that fish. Very slimy. Just came back on the pole line and fish on. So yeah, this ground bait comprises of horse feed pellets that crumble. You can keep them pellets form, or you can, you know, grind them down. Breadcrumb, corn, a tiny bit of hemp, some maggots, and cotton sweet corn, yeah, which I mentioned. And there's been fun. Oh yeah, and sand that I gathered from over there. Not that I need it here because it's behaving like a lake at the moment. Oh no, you've done me, you've done me net. Yeah, those, they have, like, it's like the blades on a junior hacksaw, just there. And they just cause havoc with your net. Brand new net. You know, there's just no way of, there you go. No way of, I've tried rubber nets, believe it or not. Next thing I want to try is just a nylon net, see if that makes any difference, but yeah, just tears straight through it every time. Sorry?
I said I need some business. I need to be in your business for a minute.
Okay, well, welcome to my business.
What is all this?
European style pole fishing is what this is.
Awesome. I just watched you catch 3 fish.
The French, the Italians, the Germans, the English fish with this long pole, and what you've got in the end is like an eternal elastic. So if you get a decent fish on, you can see there it comes out. This is a smaller fish, it's probably a catfish.
Another one?
Yeah.
4. As a matter of like,
Yeah, well, basically what I recommend is throw in get some breadcrumb, like dry out some bread in the oven, get some sweet corn. That's basically what I'm using, 2 pieces of sweet corn on a smallish hook, strong hook but small. I like to fish with a bobber, but you know, you could fish with a lead and just chuck it out and make sure it's like over your feed, and they'll come to it. They'll come over that breadcrumb and the sweet corn. Yeah, dry out some just cheap bread in the oven, and then just blitz it so you've got like a crumb. Mix it with some water, and you can people put like dried milk in there to make a sort of sweet cloud and all this kind of stuff. Put some corn in there, make some good sized balls. Like before you came, I threw in I don't know, about 8 balls, like orange size. I'd recommend just fishing on the bottom, you know. So yeah, big lead, just cast it out, strong line. Carp, I know a lot of Americans regard it as a trash fish, but for me, I just love catching them. I think they're pretty, so I just catch and release. By the time a British river gets any size, it's flowing into the ocean. Whereas here, it's like, yeah, give me a piece of this. It's nice, I enjoy it. You live in Zanesville, do you? Where do you fish then?
We try to fish everywhere.
Yeah, me too. I mean, I've been...
Out at Dillon.
Okay, right. What's that like? Because someone recommended that to me.
Yeah, we catch fish out at Dillon, but I can't.
I forgot about this catfish. It's probably dying in there. I'll show you the size hook I'm using. Can you see that? Let me put another section on, then you can see it properly.
I need to know his business.
Yeah, well, I'm giving you the whole lowdown on it. There's about, I don't know, 13 or 14 inches between that weight and the hook.
That little thing caught that big corn?
Yeah. I usually like to fish about 3 or 4 inches on the deck, so they'll suck the bait in and then the hook will just catch them on the way out. What I want to do is film it, put it on YouTube, because there's a lot of fishing videos of different kinds, and I thought I might as well do that as well.
You get paid?
No, you never know, but mainly it's for my buddies in England. I'll send them an email and some photographs and like, yeah, you never guess what. And
you need to get on Facebook.
Right.
And do all your videos on there. You get paid on Facebook.
Do you?
I do. Paid for nonsense. People...
Right, yeah. Because I started filming it just to sort of show my old mates over there, the school.
Extra money.
Yeah, it's amazing what, and that's it, that's the future, isn't it?
Yeah.
As you said, you know, just filming nonsense and then...
all the time, like if cops going by,
Yeah.
money for it.
People will I'll watch it. You know, I'm at home like, oh, what's that? And you know, you never know. What was this? Like, there was a couch in the middle of the street somewhere, and he was filming people drive around it or something, and it was like, yeah, I could have watched that for hours. But yeah.
We're gonna let you get back to...
Hey, nice talking to you. Appreciate it. Have a good day.